Hi everyone, welcome to All-in-One English. My name is Alex Park. Now, I'm speaking in English. It's because I used to speak Korean in the beginner's class, right? So you guys can understand. But if you want to learn English, your level should go from beginner to intermediate. And in intermediate class, I speak English. So this time, I'm going to speak English very slowly, and I want you to test yourself on how much you can understand. Today, we're going to talk about two things that Korean people say wrong. So they're saying it wrong. You shouldn't be doing it, okay? Number one is fighting. I know Korean people love this word. Yay, go fighting, fighting this, fighting that. But remember, that's wrong. In America, or even in English, we don't say fighting. Now, what do we say? This depends on the situation. So, if you're watching a football game and your favorite team is playing, you say, fighting LG Twins. Yeah, fighting LG Twins, right? But in English, we don't say fighting, right? If you are cheering for your team, you say go. Go LG Twins. You say, go LG Twins, go LG Twins. It's very easy. Just don't use fighting. You say, go LG Twins. But in Korea, use fighting when someone's very sad, right? When someone's very depressed. And you say, let's fighting, right? But remember, that's wrong English again. What do you say, or how do you say in English? Number two, when someone is very sad or depressed, and they're just sitting there like this, you say, cheer up. So you go, hey, cheer up. It will be better. Don't say fighting. Say cheer up when someone is depressed or not happy. Now, the next situation, when someone is getting a job and they need to do an interview. People say, in Korea, people say, fighting, you can do it. I mean, fighting that, fighting this, right? But in English, it's very easy. When someone is about to do something important, interviews or auditions or performance, in English, you say, you can do it. Excuse me. You can do it. You can make it. There's two ways you can say this. So when someone is having an interview and you see them and you say, hey, Andrew, you can do it. You can make it. I know you can do it. I know you can make it, right? So please remember, fighting is a wrong expression. It's wrong. So there's three things you can do. If you're cheering for a team, you say go. Go LG Twins. Go whatever team. Yes. And number two, when someone's very depressed and unhappy, you say cheer up. And number three, when someone is doing something important, you say you can do it or you can make it. Now, that's the first part. But there's a second part, right? I cut my hair. In this sentence, grammar is correct. But if you say I cut my hair, it means you're at home and you're looking at the mirror and you're cutting your own hair, right? But in Korea, do you do that? Because in Korea, you guys go to hair salons or barber shops and then you get your hair cut, right? You don't cut your own hair in Korea. In America, some men or some girls, they do. But if you can't say, I cut my hair, what do you say? Okay? It's very, very simple. Okay? Stay with me. I got my hair cut. And if it's yesterday or last week, simply put it here. I got my hair cut yesterday. I got my hair cut last weekend. I got my hair cut on Tuesday. Not I cut my hair, okay? Because if you cut your own hair, it's not pretty, it's ugly, yes. So you have to go to a hair salon and you say, I got my hair cut. Because you don't cut your hair, the hairdresser cuts your hair, right? Before we end up, before we move on to the writing, let's review one more time. Fighting, no, that's a huge no. That's no. You can do go in your team, or cheer up, or you can do it, you can make it. Right? Please keep in mind. Number 2, I cut my hair. You do not cut your own hair. That's dangerous. Yes, I got my hair cut. And you can put the date, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, last week. It depends on you. Now, we learned about the new concept, the wrong expressions, right? But is this the end? No, you need to practice. Let's move on to the writing. Okay, now the writing part. If you learned something, you need to practice, yes? So, if you look at here, this is all written in Korean, right? Now, we're gonna work together and change it into English. Now, if you paid attention at the last part, you probably know the answers, right? So starting with number 1, 다저스 화이팅. How do you say that in English? Fighting Dodgers? No, what was it? It was very simple. Yes, go. Go Dodgers, right? It's really, really easy. Yes, go Dodgers, not fighting Dodgers, okay? Go Dodgers. But remember, you can also say I'm fighting when there's an interview, right? But what do you say here? What was it in English? Think. In English, you say, you can do it. You can do it. Yes? Let's move on to the hard part. The hair cutting one. Yes. So in here it says, I got my hair, but how do you say this in English? Okay? If you can't remember, look back. Look back at the concept. Okay? Look back at the concept and come back again. How do you say this in English? What is it? Okay. I cut my hair yesterday. Is that it? No. Remember, you don't cut your own hair. I got my hair cut yesterday. Yay! Now, number 3 is finished. Number 4, it's a question. But don't worry, it's easy. Copy paste, right? Copy paste. So where, right? Where? Remember, it's not me. It's the person you're talking to. Where do you copy paste? Remember, but it's not past tense, it's present tense. Get your haircut. Yes? Where do you get your haircut? Where do you get your haircut? Okay? So let's review one more time. Number 1, Dodgers 화이팅! No, go Dodgers. Number 2, 화이팅! No, you can do it. Number 3, 나 어제 머리 잘랐어. I got my hair cut yesterday. 너는 머리 어디서 자르니? 왜 잘라? Where do you get your hair cut, right? It's not hard, everyone. Please keep this in your mind. But this is not the end. We're going to move on to the speaking part.
이제 시작해 볼까요?
Go Dodgers!
자연스럽게 따라해 보세요.
Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! You can do it.
자연스럽게 따라해보세요.
You can do it. You can do it. You got my haircut yesterday.
자연스럽게 따라해보세요.
You got my haircut yesterday. You got my haircut yesterday. Where do you get your haircut?
자연스럽게 따라해보세요.
Where do you get your haircut? Where do you get your haircut? Okay, welcome back from the speaking part. Now, if you heard this pronunciation, you learned everything. You learned that it was wrong. Fighting and I cut my hair was wrong. You practiced with me and you've listened to the pronunciation. Now, the important part is you must not forget. How do you not forget? You have to practice again and practice again and practice again, and it will stay in your head, okay? Now, next time, you have to know that there's many, many expressions that Korean people say it wrong. You will not believe me, but there are many, there's a lot. So next time, I'll come back with another wrong expression. So please stay